Hova. And this episode's brought to you by EA and Tiger Balm Ultra Strength.
I'm not accepting any money from EA.
Do I look cool? Does it look like I've got a dip in my pocket?
I'm gonna bring that up later. Just leave it.
No, and you never have.
Wow, that hurt.
I'm here to tell you the truth.
That hurt a lot.
Hello,
This
lady.
is the episode. I was gonna say this is the episode, right?
Yeah, I think we've already started.
Yeah.
It's already gone, dude.
Greetings, ladles, jelly spoons, and all other non-binary kitchen utensils. This is the Grey Wheels podcast, the podcast where we're doing the podcast. My name is Andrew.
I'm Franklin.
And I have all my fingers.
Sorry for the low energy intro.
Why are you gonna fucking do that? What's fucked up is I'm on steroids though, and I'm fucking low energy, man.
You're fine, bud.
Yeah, I don't know how you operate on a day-to-day basis anyways.
Hey, that's a cool picture of Conquer back there on the wall.
Who?
That's a fucking
Conquer?
stupid inside joke. He's talking about the fucking...
Oh, Alex. Oh, yeah. I get it now.
Ha!
What a great joke.
So if you haven't shut the podcast off yet...
You will soon!
I'm so sorry.
Hot gaming news! Hot gaming news! Hot gaming news!
Let's go! Stalker 2 delayed till December 8th, 2022. All right.
We're coming at you with that hot delay news.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Yeah, fuck. Hey, but guess what? Next week, I think it's next week, if it's still on track, Weird West finally comes out after like 2 years of delays.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh,
I'm really excited about that. So
I
you know,
forgot about that game completely. 100%.
Dude, my camera angle's so wide now you can see Audacity. I just noticed that. Sorry to interrupt.
I've got that pre-installed already. It's ready to go on the old S-Boss. And it's sitting right next to Rainbow Six Extraction, also pre-installed, ready to rock.
Hey, I got a question.
What?
Did you guys know that the Disruptor is fully auto?
Yes.
Yep. And it's actually pretty fucking solid.
No. I disagree with that, but
I like it because it like does some sort of a weird after effect of a damage after, what do you call that? A fucking
AoE.
damage
like
over
fire
time.
and poison.
A dot.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, it does a damage over time. And I'll get kills with it after you stop shooting people, which is interesting. Also, it'll like sprinkle into nearby enemies and drain their shields as well. And it also like probably just because it's fully auto, I can hit people more consistently, I think, than the regular Magnum. I've started to hate the Infinite Magnum. It's so inconsistent for me. Maybe it's just because I'm mouse and keyboard and I don't have any of that aim assist. I get fucking melted by the pistol, but I cannot hit people with it reliably enough.
Yeah, I think that's probably a KBM issue because it's not like you were saying the other day that you don't get perfects very often with it.
Never, like hardly ever.
I think that's your
If
setup.
If I get one with a pistol, I'm like super proud of myself. I've probably only gotten a perfect with a pistol 2 or 3 times. I mean, it's hardly ever.
It took me basically the same amount of time to figure out that the Disruptor was full auto that it did to figure out that the Commando was full auto. Because I thought at first that it was like a scout rifle.
Right. Yeah. It does kind of look like it would be something like that. It doesn't look like something that would be fully auto.
Well, and then it's the way it is. It's a really weird middle ground between the BR and the AR. It's kind of like I don't really know what the point of it is.
The bloom is so fucking bad, though. You might as well shoot it semi-auto instead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so bad.
Does anybody have any news? Know any news about these people?
Uh-oh.
No.
What happened?
Something about Razer.
Yeah.
in Respawn? What? Just get it out. Get it out. Get it over with.
You know that fucking the face mask they made that had like
I saw
chroma?
they had to take N95 out of the.
Yeah. Bunch of fucking snake oils. Goddamn riverboat fucking charlatan snake oil salesman motherfuckers.
That's why their logo is 3 snakes. They want you to know that they're full of shit.
We fucking figured it out,
Snake
boys.
oil.
I've got a raging clue, and we figured it out.
Speaking of snake oil, heavy, somewhat credible rumors that Mario Kart new is being worked on. Shocker there. But everybody's talking about this new gimmick or new feature or whatever that's supposed to be a part of it, and kind of speculating on what that may be. So I thought it'd be an interesting topic to see what you guys think that may be. I mean, I don't think anything is... Everybody was kind of sharing that. Like, it was shocking news that A, they were working on it, and shocking news that B, they were adding a new feature, like almost every Mario Kart that's ever come out. I mean, there's always a little something different. I still think that tour or... Well, first of all, the mobile one was an abomination. They should have fucking never even fucking touched that. Unless they want to make a kart racing game where you just actually, like, really steer instead of just fucking, like, whatever it was, like,
Tinder.
Left and
fucking
right.
Tinder controls.
Yeah.
It was squirrely, yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking stupid. I mean, God forbid we just had an actual fucking Mario Kart game working on a mobile device. I mean, it's the easiest control platform that you could ever bring into a mobile gaming situation and have a success. Like, it could have worked so well, and I think that's obvious to anyone with half a brain.
I played... hold on, before we continue. Yeah. I played a lot of Mario Kart Tour. I had the subscription. Like, I played it for months. And, yeah, I tried to play regular Mario Kart, like, go back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe after that. And that game really fucked up my, like, how I think about drifting and stuff in Mario Kart. And it took me a long time to, like, get back to where I was because it broke my Mario Kart brain.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be free of its wrath now.
I wish it was better. And then the one that they just released on the Switch with the fucking cameras and all that gimmicky bullshit that no one's ever going to play. It's going to be the most forgotten about Mario Kart game and maybe Mario game, period, of all time. Because they went so hard into the gimmick that they forgot that it was supposed to be fun. And, I mean, like, the idea was cool, but no one has that much space and that much clean space to actually... I don't know. It's just...
Well, I would like to make a point that you do, because you just built a fucking warehouse.
Have you seen my warehouse?
I've seen your warehouse. I think that you could still design a pretty bitchin' Mario Kart track in there.
Fuck that game and everything that it stands for. I don't
disagree.
Know. When did Mario Kart... Like, the last true Mario Kart, in my mind, was Mario Kart 8.
Right.
So we're going to dismiss the mobile. We're going to dismiss this fucking bullshit camera thing that just came out. When did the original Mario Kart 8 come out? For what?
The Wii U?
The Wii U. It was a Wii U game, yeah.
Like 12 years ago? 10 years ago? 10 years ago. 10 years
It's been a long time, but not that long.
10 years.
2014.
10 years ago.
7 years, yeah.
That's
2014?
And then they re-released it as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? On the Wii U.
The Switch.
Well, they re-released it on the Wii U before they re-released it on the Switch. They re-released Mario Kart 8 twice, I'm almost positive. Did they not?
I don't think so.
Am I high on that one? Anyways. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was fantastic. I played the dick out of that game. I did all the unlockables and all the single player shit other than the ghost times or whatever, because dude, those were hard as shit. Like, I remember doing those on some of the older Mario Karts and they weren't that bad. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe ghost times, man, I tried like the first map and I was like, fuck this. I'm out. But I did get like all the gold kart parts and stuff like that. And
I think I did.
A lot of fun.
I think I did all that shit, and I did all of the 150cc ghosts, but I don't think I did the 200cc ghosts. I think I did some of them, but I did not enjoy racing in 200cc. It was just like not really fun for me. It doesn't feel like Mario Kart anymore.
Yeah, I did all the single player shit other than the ghost times, and then played a lot of multiplayer. I streamed the shit out of that game, just streaming online matches and had a lot of fun with it. But I don't know. It bums me out. Like I don't understand how it takes them 8 years to make a new Mario Kart when Mario Kart is 100% the game that if it was like on the Call of Duty release schedule of a yearly thing, like people would buy it every fucking year, man. Or just like, okay, you want to drop Mario Kart 8 in 2014 and then not drop Mario Kart 9 for a decade. Give us fucking DLC, man. Give us track packs. Give us new Grand Prix. Give us, you know what I mean? Like it blows my mind that IP is so fucking wasted. I mean, they're still selling the shit out of it, and that's kind of part of the problem. Is they're like, well, people are still buying Mario Kart 8 because it's the newest Mario Kart and it's a great game. Like, sure, yeah, but I would play a whole lot more Mario Kart if I could because they just they dump it and then they forget about it for a decade. It seems.
I haven't played it in a long ass time just for that exact reason. It's just like there's nothing really for me to do anymore.
Yeah, you can only grind the same tracks over and over so many times.
If they were to do the Smash Brothers thing where they were like, okay, here's a couple of season passes with some new racers and some new cups and stuff, then like that's perfect. I'd be 100% on board for that. I really don't know why they don't do that.
I think that Mario Kart is one of those perfect games for a season pass. I think, some sort of a tier list of unlockables is almost perfect for that game because they don't really have a marketplace anyways. So just release a fucking a battle pass, for $10 or whatever, and don't worry about selling individual items, and you'll still increase your sales.
Or just really anything. Like the game is just mechanically so solid, so much fun to play. There's really not. If your argument is that they don't really need to make a 9, like I get that, but then just more content. Then just give us something else to do with it.
Yeah, it just surprises me that they it makes sense that we got Mario Odyssey after such a long hiatus and shit like that, and then every once in a while you'll get like a side scrolling like new Super Mario Brothers and stuff like that that's like less technical and takes a whole lot less people and a whole lot less budget. It makes sense to me that those games are few and far between, but Mario Kart it doesn't make sense to me, man. You should be dropping Mario Kart shit all the time, and people would be gobbling it up.
I think if you go longer than like 3 years without a new Mario Kart, you are fucking up.
Yeah, I mean they could just be re-releasing like all the Mario 64 tracks and all the, you know what I mean, even like Mario Kart 7 tracks and stuff like that. There's already a little bit of that, but
that brings me to the question then. Since everybody's talking about this new one having a gimmick, what do you think that the gimmick is going to be?
Well, in 7, it was what? Flying? You got like they introduced like the kites, the gliders.
Was it flying and go-karts both on that series or no?
I'm pretty sure they
introduced
the gliding in that one.
I think 7 was gliding, yeah, because I remember seeing on the DS it had the little the glider was on the box.
Yeah, and then 8 they brought the gliding back, but then they added like the
anti-gravity stuff.
Yeah, anti-gravity underwater levels, which is basically the same as anti-gravity. I feel like it just kind of does the same thing. But I guess that was it was basically just anti-gravity. Was that their only gimmick in 8, really?
I think so, yeah. The only thing that sticks out.
So, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I'll tell you what I want. I want them to go the Diddy Kong racing route, baby. I want to be able to fly. Like transforming carts that like turn into planes for certain sections, or
which one is that? Sonic All Stars? One of the Sonic racing games has that.
Sonic All Stars Racing Transform has that, and it's fucking great. It's a really, really good kart racer.
I wouldn't mind that if they do it right, because sometimes that shit's annoying if they don't. If like you transform into a plane and then like it controls like shit, so you're like doing really well on the track based parts of the map, and then as soon as you start flying, because the controls are dog shit, you start slipping behind.
Yeah, but you can drive as fucking Ryo Hazuki.
Yeah,
you can be Ryo Hazuki
on an outrun cabinet.
I wouldn't be surprised if they implemented some sort of a battle royale feature, because we've seen that with like I know, but we've seen that with like Tetris and
Mario,
and but here's the
Pac-Man.
thing. I think instead of just it being, you know, gimmicky, I think they could do it right. Like they could just bring back balloon battles and, you know, maybe add a few more players to where it's not just like a 4-player. 4 players might get a little boring on you know, depending on the size of the tracks and stuff. Who knows? They could do 4 players and probably make it fun, but I could see them doing like a 8-player or 10-player, you know, balloon battle and calling it like battle royale, or, you know, calling it Mario Kart Royale or some shit. I could really see that. I feel like that would be, you know, maybe a smart move. I know there's always some pushback from certain, you know, one side of gamers on anything battle royale, but there's also a lot of acceptance and interest, and it's kind of like that, you know, any press is good press theory too. You know, even if it's negative press that they would get for that, everybody's going to be talking about the new Mario Kart. It would advertise itself at that point. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was, you know, something along those lines.
I think I could. I don't know. I don't like that idea very much, but I think I could live with it. Have you played any of the?
I love balloon battles. I'd
Oh no,
love
yeah,
to
me
see
too.
it back, regardless of if they try to, like, you know, tie it into the gimmick of battle royale.
Well, they're in every Mario Kart has balloon battle, doesn't it?
Did 8? I was trying to think. I don't remember 8 having.
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, I think
That's
they've never
after.
removed it.
Yeah, after MK64, it was like it was just sort of
Staple.
there.
I don't remember playing it.
I'm almost certain. I could be wrong. The cops and robbers mode for Mario Kart 8 is actually really fun. I like that a lot.
I don't remember that either. To be
I'm
honest.
not a fan of cops and robbers mode. I don't know why, but yeah, but no, I played both of those.
I was going to ask, sorry, have you played the Battle Royale thing in Forza?
No. They're really good
Okay.
though. I just started playing.
It's okay. It's strange. It's interesting. Like the way it works is everybody spawns in with a like level 1 car, and there are car drops throughout the match, and they are sort of ranked in tiers, and so a higher tier car is faster. And when you get close to another player on the map, you challenge them to a race, basically.
Oh.
And so whoever gets to the point first eliminates the other one. So you want to constantly be trying to find new cars, and if you're struggling, if you like can't find a good one, then you kind of want to avoid people, and so you can find a decent one, so they can't challenge you.
So you have to, like, once you're challenged, you're like locked into it. You can't, like, it's like a Pokemon battle you can't run away from.
Yeah, I believe so. I've only played it a couple times. I might be misremembering some of the ways it works.
Interesting. Interesting.
Is it on 5? Is it on Horizon 5?
Yeah.
Cool. Because I just started playing that last night. That's pretty... I fucked around with 4 again, but then I started to play 5 last night. That's really fucking pretty. And really...
Oh,
wow. Like, wow.
That was great. It's really fun.
I mean, all the Forzas have been pretty. Even, I don't know, you kind of take it for granted now, but even the older ones are pretty good looking for their time. Can we, have any of you guys dabbled? Well, Frank, I know you did on the Switch in the GTA Trilogy remaster.
So bad. I play it every once in a while.
But you play it on the Switch. Let's
Yeah,
preface that.
well, yeah.
Most importantly.
Because fucking...
The worst
why
it's
not?
going to be.
Right. That's like saying Cyberpunk is terrible because I played it on my PS4. You know, let's consider.
But even on the PS5 and the fucking Xbox and the PC, there's like fucking glitches because of how they use the AI to fucking make everything.
That's what I wanted to talk about. So I've been playing through GTA 3. First of all, I forgot how phenomenal that game is. Like, I mean, obviously it was so fucking far ahead of its time, but it's really fun going back. For one, you earn money way faster than like some of the newer GTAs. You know, it feels like a real grind at the beginning. You just really can't afford cool
Yeah.
shit. But early on in GTA 3, you've got like 200K in your pocket, which is nice, but it's also kind of, I see why they scaled it back, right? But I forgot about all the like little, like the star wanted level decrease things that are like you can hit a jump and hit the decreased level.
Yeah.
Pick up and like get rid of your star level that way and shit like that. There's just a lot of cool stuff in that game, and I've been having a lot of fun playing back through it. But I've noticed some glitches, like, but they're like minor things, like very minor. They're weird things though. Like a fence will just be like a foot further back than where it should be, and there's like an invisible wall, and there's like a texture of leaves that are supposed to be on the ground, and they're like sticking up out of the ground at an angle, and just like really weird.
I've got one for you. So, all right, so like in the first island,
but nothing game breaking is what I'm trying to get to so far.
The first like area that you're at, right? Where it fucking starts off where you're working for Luigi and doing all that shit. There's a certain alleyway that I think might have a star in there, but it's got like it's like a very small alleyway on the original island, and you drive through it, and there's like cardboard boxes at the end of the.
Those cardboard boxes will like fuck you.
They're like solid on this, which I don't ever remember them being like this solid.
I'm pretty sure they weren't completely solid, but yeah, if you hit them wrong, they fuck you up for sure. I need to go back and play the original because I had the same thought. I'm pretty sure I remember them like, especially based on what vehicle you might be taking through there. Like they had.
No, you're fucked. Yeah,
Yeah. I gotta deliver. You guys continue.
It's so bad though, but I'll play a little bit every night. Like, well, not every night, but some nights when we're going to bed, I'll just fuck around.
The thing about those games is that they're fun to just hop into for half an hour and just fuck around in. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to progress the story. You don't have to really play it for any reason other than to like find a car you like and like drive it off a building or whatever.
Yeah.
How you digging that? How you liking your Pocky?
So I've got some weird complaints. This is going to be my weird review on it. Well, not really.
Sure.
Well, not really, but things that bug me about it is how far the Game Boy Color or Game Boy and Game Boy Color cards stick out, which I know is fine. Whatever. It's they did that to accommodate the adapters and accommodate your Game Boy Advance games. Okay, yeah. But sometimes you can still play a game. While that is clearly not seated, and it's there. I broke it, but
yeah.
So that bugs me. That bugs me.
I have a Zelda Oracle of Seasons cart that is really fucking finicky, and even if I not even unseat it, if I even kind of bump it the wrong way, it'll fuck it. It'll fuck it up, which is really frustrating.
So that, and then my battery is fucking weird. It took 8 hours to do a full charge the other day.
What do you have it plugged into?
So I've got multiple speed chargers, and I've got multiple USB-C cables, and then I've tried my laptop and my desktop. But this last time though, it charged up in fucking 2 hours or less. So I don't know if there's a battery regulator controller in there, but that's the only weird things that I have with it. And
yeah, I don't know anything about that.
All I gotta say.
That's all I have to say about that.
I wanted to say something about GTA though. It's the funny thing about GTA is that even though it was one of the first games to be like that sort of open world idea, it figured out that the fun in those games comes from you just using the systems. There's people who cheat their way through missions by you can park a car in a spot that's going to help you out later by planning ahead. And it's it's not really cheating, it's just you using the systems that the game has to help you. And I think that's what makes Breath of the Wild so good. It's not really concerned with being that difficult. If you want to cheese your way through some scenarios by doing some ridiculous shit, you can do that. If you want to fucking, blow yourself up with a bomb and get you from one end of a puzzle temple to the other, you can do that shit. And that's like, I think that's where a lot of games fuck up. Like, if you're gonna give
By
me this
making it
big,
too linear.
by making it too linear and like prioritizing the fact that it maintains its difficulty curve or whatever over the fact that it's fun.
Oh yeah.
So like I love it when a game has just nutty systems that you can spend time figuring out how to exploit. Like Infinite is like this, I think. Infinite does a good job of letting you exploit the systems that are in the game because you can, start once you unlock ghosts, you can start every encounter by crashing a ghost into like the boss, and then
Yeah.
anything in the open world you can do like that, or starting at the top of a tower instead of the bottom, or just shit like that.
So yeah, like in Infinite though, for all the high priority targets, the high value targets or whatever,
Yeah.
fucking ghost. Just kill them immediately, and then if you kill them quick enough, then you won't get reinforcements to drop in. Just like boom, and then just wipe them out. It's so fun.
And like the I don't know if you've gotten to any of them yet, but there's boss fights with like swords and gravity hammers and shit. And at first I was like, oh fuck, this is really hard, and then I'm like, I have a grapple. So like anytime they get close, you're just like, boop, I'm the fuck out of here. And it made me think, is like, man, they might have to like really restructure how boss fights work in Halo, because a lot of them so far I've been like, this is just more or less a breeze. I actually just got to one like right at the end of the game, and it's a little different, and it's I died a few times, and I had shit to do, and I had to get off, so I'm anxious to get back on and try to go through that again. But it's yeah, I started wondering like maybe they should start doing like oh, they fucking step on Chief's wrist at the beginning of the fucking cutscene and, smash his grapple. You know what I mean? And it's like, now you have to fight like you would have back in the day kind of things, stuff like that. But I don't know. It's interesting to see where they go.
That is the issue with adding something like that to an existing franchise, is like you also...
It breaks the meta so much.
Yeah, you have to then like redesign, like reconceptualize how it is you want to set up a boss fight, how you want to like do things like that.
Right.
And like, I'll take that. I don't care. You know what? That's fine.
Yeah, I like it. I never thought. I mean, I was super skeptical going into it, but in all aspects of the game, I mean, in multiplayer, the way they balanced it, where it's a pickup and it only has so many uses and all that. I mean, it's just it all fucking works in the campaign. There's some scenarios where it's a little, if you're used to how the old Halos play, it's a little broken when you really think about it. But because like even when you're like the hunters, the hunters used to be like a oh shit scenario, and they still are to an extent, but at any time with any enemy in the game, your shields are broken. I think one of the ways I traditionally died the most in Halo is your shields are broken and I'm already in the thick of it and there's nowhere to hide and let those shields recharge. But now you got to grapple. So you're like, oh, fucking tree. I'm going to yeet myself the fuck out of here. And, you're in the clear. You get your shields charged up. You're good to go. So it makes everything so much easier. It's so much different, but it's a lot of fun at the same time.
You're basically Peter 117.
Peter 117. Yep.
Who would win in a fight? Spider-Man or Batman?
Batman.
Spider-Man.
Batman has a cave. Spider-Man don't have no fucking cave.
Here's all right.
You just listed all of the good things about the grapple hook.
If they meet up in an alleyway, Spider-Man wins. If Batman has time to plan, Batman wins.
Maybe.
That's the problem with Batman, is you can't beat him, because he will, like, if you beat him and you don't kill him, then he's going to figure out how to win. Batman never stays beaten.
Goddamn right.
But Spider-Man's strong as fuck. You can punch the shit out of that dude.
Speaking of Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Spider-Man's in Fortnite, which is a battle royale. And another battle royale is PUBG, and PUBG just went free to play.
That's not even the right name. That's not the right name. What's the correct name?
PUBG Battlegrounds. So PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is now free to play. Originally dropped on the PC
$30.
Was ported over. Yeah, it was ported over to the Xbox.
And PS4.
And PS4 eventually, but it was an Xbox exclusive for like a year, I think.
Oh, was it? I don't even remember.
Yeah, I remember it was a big deal. It was like, oh, PUBG, because PUBG was the biggest game in the, like, at the time, Fortnite wasn't a thing. PUBG was the thing that everybody played. It came after H1Z1. It was like the spiritual successor to that, essentially. It was the first, like, legit battle royale, and it came out and it fucking took the gaming scene, by storm. It was just the biggest fucking pop culture phenomenon basically since Minecraft at the time. And so when Xbox announced that it was coming to Xbox, it was a pretty big fucking deal. And I'm pretty sure it was an exclusive for like a year or something like that.
Yeah, I think
PlayStation.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Oh, it was huge, man. I've got I was just looking on Steam. I have like 400 hours on that game. A lot of fun. Still a lot of fun. The last time I jumped on it, it was really good. It's got really solid gameplay and the mechanics make sense and all that. So
Since you mentioned Fortnite, though, I do want to remind everybody of one thing: that Fortnite initially wasn't Fortnite. It was a single player game, or it was like a co-op horde mode game.
I made videos of it. Yeah, I made videos of it, and then I got an email, and they're like, "Hey, we made this battle royale mode for our game, and we want to pay you to promote it." And I was like, "I like money," and so I fired it up. And I made my little promotional video, and then I was fucking hooked. I mean, there's only so many games that come out and do that to you, Especially
That's true,
ones
yeah.
that you're just like you try it and you're not expecting shit, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh my god, this game is fun as fuck. Original Fortnite, before everybody was a little fucking 12-year-old Adderall crackhead, spent building bases and fucking editing windows to shotgun you in the face and all that dumb fucking shit. Man, Fortnite was so good, dude. That, like, I remember getting down to like the last 5-10 people, something like that, and there'd be a couple people that like took the time to build a fucking castle for the final fight. And the idea of that was so fucking cool. This 100-player server, and if you're lucky enough to make it past looting and all that shit and all the mid battles and all that and survive till the end, and then have this like epic base fight, if your base even ended up in the final circle, whatever. But it was just like, no one was using it to like, oh, I took a shot over my shoulder, now I'm gonna spam build a bunch of fucking bubble shield walls that are instant and basically infinite because of the amount of materials you can hold in that game. I mean, it was so fucking good before the meta turned into what it is. And all you fucking youngsters out there listening can be like, you just don't like it because you're not good at it. You can suck my fucking chode from behind. Your nose, my asshole, my dick, your mouth. Fuck you. That shit sucks. It was a better game before the meta turned into something that the developers never fucking even knew it would turn into. I understand you like it, but I also understand that you're a piece of shit and your opinion's wrong.
He doesn't mean actual children. He's just using that as a metaphor.
we do need to clarify. He's not encouraging.
Oh yeah. Oh, like the dick sucking part. Yeah. Yeah. No, not. But fuck, man, it's just, I get it. It turned into what it is, and a lot of people like it for that. So you can't really run away from it. But at the same time, man.
I hadn't really thought about this, but that means that there's actually a niche that no battle royale is filling right now, where you could build, but
Base
like
building, yeah.
in a reasonable amount of time, not like fucking like teleporting walls in and out of existence.
Because anytime anybody hears my opinion on it, they're like, "Whoa, just so you just want no building at all?" No, I don't want that. I think that's what made Fortnite fucking cool, is that there was building. But if you're gonna put down a wood wall, it should take, like 3 seconds for those pieces to be like.
But then, like metal and concrete and shit should be longer. Yeah.
Yeah, and they do have like, I understand that you have to shoot a metal wall more times for it to fall apart like a wood wall and all that shit. But what bothers me is that when a building mechanic in the game turns into literally an instant shield at any point in the game, Because that's what most people like. The building in that game is defensive. It's not even about building. It's about like, oh, I'm about to die. I've got to build this fucking tower and get to the top, and then I don't understand how that's fun to people. It doesn't make sense to me. I want to shoot at people, and I want them to shoot back, and I want the best man to win. That's what's fun to me.
Yeah.
Not building out of battles. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I think even if there is something even minor, like just making a sort of time commitment for your character, like you have to actually focus on doing this for a second instead of just being able to literally hit like 3 buttons and have a wall built.
Even if like they already have that mechanic in the game. Well, I haven't played it in a long time, but like when you pickaxe a wall, and then the dot appears over here, and you have to pickaxe that dot. Or you don't have to. You can just keep doing it in the same spot. But they can do the same fucking thing for building. It's like you place the first block. Now you have to fucking look over here and click again. Or you could just hold in the same spot and keep holding it down, and it would still build, but it would build slower. So there would be like a reward to actually like scrolling over here, scrolling over here, scrolling over here, scrolling over here. Your wall is complete a little bit faster than it would have been if you were just, you know what I mean? Instead of just an instant fucking bullet shield. Like, I've made the comparison before. It's like playing Halo 3, and everybody in the server has 100 bubble shields in their pocket. It's fucking absurd. It's the dumbest game mechanic.
It's not fun. Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't understand it.
Although, have you played... I'm sure you haven't played since they put Spider-Man in the game.
No, I haven't. That was just recently, like within a month, right? Ish.
Yeah, recently. The web swinging mechanic that they added, it's really fucking fun.
I've seen a lot of people say that it's better than like the Spider-Man game.
No. They're saying it's better than the Avengers.
Oh, okay, right.
That's an important distinction. The Spider-Man game swinging mechanic is fucking great. It's really fun. But I haven't even fired up Avengers since Spider-Man was added to check him out. Like, that game is just such a fucking pile.
It doesn't surprise me though that they nailed that, because I mean, Fortnite has added so many different gizmos and gadgets and weapons and play mechanics like that and everything, and they're just one of those games, like, when you play it, it just feels good. Like Call of Duty, traditionally in the past, you know, I don't know, it's mixed opinions these days with different engines and stuff, but there's just certain games where just the core mechanics of walking and running and side to side and a jump, and if there's a mantle, and just shooting and reloads, and you know, there's games that you play and you're like, man, everything about this is clunky as shit and just feels weird. And then there's games that you play that just feel right. And Fortnite, even though it's a third person, so it's weird, but I mean, it just, everything that they've done has always felt good.
It's funny to me that you say that, because for me the shooting in Fortnite has always felt a little bit clunky.
Well, I think that's just the cartoony nature and the bloom, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just, they're like a shooter that wasn't really supposed to be a shooter necessarily, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they just went with a different, I think that's like an intentional, you know what I mean? To where like guns don't pinpoint accuracy and stuff. I mean, I know some of them are
sure,
different.
yeah.
They all have different attributes, but I think I want to say that's intentional.
Well, for me, it's just not like... we were talking about PUBG earlier. PUBG is a game that, to me, feels really, really good mechanically.
Yeah. Yes.
The shooting in that 100%. Game feels amazing.
Yep. When you're not lagging and shit, yeah, that game is phenomenal. Everything from the movement in that, you can, like, I think it's like hold control, and you can like move your camera angle behind you while you're still running forward and all that shit, and just even like the lean that they added with Q&E. Man, I'll play other games and like try to lean with Q&E, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not playing fucking PUBG. I just put 400 hours into that game, and now I'm like trained to think that every game has lean. Since
we've been talking about it, I did start reinstalling PUBG, so I'm pretty excited to dip back into that.
I'm excited to try it out. I used to play the dog shit out of the game, and one thing that I've always liked about PUBG is that they embraced early on the fact that, hey, you might not always have 4 people to play or 3 other people to play with, so we're also going to have, you know, not only solos but also duos. And so, you know, you're not limited by your... That's like one of the frustrating things about Infinite is like, I want to play ranked matches because I love that crispy BR start, and I love the more seriousness of a ranked match. But the fact that you have to have 4 people is like, man, and I feel like a lot of the player base is our age, you know, you're like in your 30s and shit, and it's like, you don't always have friends that have time out of the day. You know what I mean? We all got different jobs. We all got family. We got shit going on. So give us some fucking ranked 2v2s, man. Jesus.
Well, I mean, it has duo.
You don't, but you just duo queue. You still end up on a 4-man team. So then you're playing with 2 randoms and you don't have a basic communication usually. No, I want a 2v2 matches on smaller mode, on smaller maps.
All right.
Like, because Halo 3 had team doubles, and it was fucking awesome. They had
Yeah,
duos.
that is like a yeah.
Well,
fair enough.
So, but
It's like already a Halo thing. Just bring it to fucking Infinite.
So, but have you guys picked up Vanguard at all since it? Nope. Okay.
Nope.
So there's 3 new maps on it. There's like a shipyard, another like deserty shippy thing. Shipment? Yeah. And then they've got the 2v2 things.
I've seen
and the
some
3v
Shipment
thing.
videos, and I mean, Shipment is an intentional shit show, and they know that.
What you saw a video that I sent a highlight earlier this morning. Did you even watch that?
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, coming in clutch. Can't do it in Halo, but I'll do it in Call of Duty.
A rare moment of competence.
Yeah, Shipment's that one of the. They keep dropping that map because people want to play it mostly for fucking weapon progress. Because you can put an SMG or a shotgun on or whatever,
yeah.
and you can level up that gun faster than you would on any other match. It'll destroy your KD. Everybody knows it. Like, you just literally will spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die. Shipment's a shit show. Always has been, always will be, and they'll keep milking that shit as long as they can, just like Nuketown.
That's fun. Yeah, you gotta have maps like that, though. That's what made that one, the Das House, so much fun. Is because it was just a fucking mess.
No, that one wasn't fun, though.
Das House was fun.
Das House is fun.
Yeah, I really like that. You spawn in, throw 2 grenades, try to get as many kills as you can before you inevitably die. Every spawn.
And then if you get a flamethrower on that map, oh my god.
Game over.
So, it's a blast.
Spawns are so broken on that map.
And there's like I call them the president's sofa. There's like 2 really nice blue sofas sitting in there in front of one of the hallways, and you can just sit there and people will just run around that corner and you can just shoot them in the head with a shotgun over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
you're that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Just sit right there at that entry point. Just boom, boom, boom.
Man, now that we're talking about it, I do kind of want to go back to that again, but I'd way rather play PUBG.
Yeah, I don't know. I do, but I don't. I don't know. The grind is there for content, but it's almost a little too grindy if you don't have a group of friends that's just dead set on playing Call of Duty every day. And I don't know if we have that. I definitely don't want to do that experience solo. But I did enjoy the game. I mean, I know a lot of people are shitting all over Vanguard, but I didn't think it was bad. But I also like Cold War, and everybody really shit all over that one.
I like Cold War a lot.
I liked Cold War too.
I will not touch Warzone. Fuck Warzone. Warzone's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I dabbled on this a little bit before we started. I went off on a tyrant and then realized I should save my opinion. Whatever.
You are a tyrant.
I'm a tyranny.
Tyrant on a tangent.
There you go.
This is empty.
So is my soul. I don't know, man. I don't know how people enjoy Warzone. I really don't. I mean, that seems like that's the game that everybody plays. Like, all the big streamers have to play that if they want to maintain their viewership, because there's an audience for it. They're killing it as far as like player count goes and all that. And the gameplay just isn't fun to me 90% of the time. It's such a big open map, but then you also find yourself in firefights like more often than you want, for me at least. I don't know. I think one of the things that plagues that game is the loadouts. I don't understand how they thought it was a good idea to put loadouts, because as soon as, I think that was from the beginning, but that's just been like the meta since it happened. Like, the thing that makes a battle royale fun is it's an even playing field. Everybody drops in and you have to find loot, and you either get lucky or you don't. And then even if you get lucky, you have to like fight to keep that loot. And I guess you could say the same thing with like a loadout drop being dropped in. But I don't know, man. It just, purchasing your like predetermined loadouts is just whack to me for a battle royale. Like, the fuck is the point? It's just a 100-player match at that point. It's not battle royale. I don't know. It's weird. And then on top of that, so like It reminds me of like when Halo 4 was like, you know what Halo needs? I know it's an arena shooter based on fucking power weapon and pickup locations, but we're gonna put loadouts in. And it was just kind of like, oh, what the fuck is this game? This feels not like Halo anymore. And I get the same feeling from Warzone with the loadouts. But then not only that, but they added respawns. So now you don't have to worry about looting because you just have to find enough money to fucking buy your loadout. A. And then B, you don't really have to worry about dying because you're just going to go to the... I mean, you're not guaranteed to respawn, but you're just going to go to the gulag and get a chance to come back in. And it like... That's another... that's a very... like a very core mechanic to Battle Royale is my life is important. If I die, I'm done. I'm fucked. It's over.
That's the thing that I liked so much about PUBG when I started playing it was that like those matches had a real tension to them.
Exactly.
Every time you got into a fight, it was like, oh shit. Right. Because I just spent 20 fucking minutes looting. So
time investment. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like the adrenaline spike you got from those fights was like it was insane. Yeah. It was so strong.
And like downs are another thing. You know, I understand being downed but not out. And there's that grace period of like, oh fuck, we got to get our teammate up, but you had to your teammates had to be able to win that fight or get away from the shit show for just long enough to be able to res you. And then you're still cracked, you have no shields, you have to reapply, you have to heal up, whatever the case may be. And then if you're lucky enough to get out of that situation, then you're lucky enough to get out of that situation. But just dying and be able to respawn, I think, you know, like with PUBG and other Battle Royales, you're always looking at that player count. You're like, oh man, fuck, we're down to 70, cool. Oh shit, now we're down to 50. And like every time it's like a little bit of a heightened sense of like, oh shit, but it's also a little bit relaxing because you're like, all right, I made it a little further. But with Warzone, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. People are dying. People are fucking parachuting back in. You know, I don't know. Warzone lost me completely.
How do you like the way that Fortnite handles respawns? So like you die, when you get down, you can be revived. Or if you get killed, you drop your little card, and then a teammate can run your card to the battle bus and then bring you back. Or the resurrection fan, or whatever the fuck.
Thing in Fortnite, to be honest, I think I'd prefer there be nothing there, but that is better than what Call of Duty has, I think, because Apex has the same thing. Yeah, you know, okay, they got finished off, but now if we pick up his tag and get it to a respawn point. And, you know, half the time there's other people there at the respawn point. And you have to fight them off because they're trying to res their buddy, too.
They have cooldowns.
Yeah. I mean, it's better, for sure. Because I get it. You know, that's also one of the great things about Battle Royale is being like, oh, if I die here, that's it. I'm fucked. And then if your friends don't die, then, you know, they're potentially playing a game for another 15, 20 minutes. And that's kind of discouraging to the guy that died. So, like, I think that's why they're trying to figure out battle royales with respawns. So I definitely like that system better.
Yeah, I think the Fortnite system is solid. It works for me, you know.
Yeah.
The feeling of like being able to pull a squad revive or something, like you are the sole survivor and you've got everybody's cards and you manage to get to a van by yourself, and you know, that's a really exciting feeling too. I do enjoy that.
I think there's like a physical, you know, there's like an effort, there's a gameplay, there's like a mini game within the game to have to go and respawn. And it doesn't seem like there's just constant waves of people coming back into the match. But Warzone feels like that. There's just constant... For every 2 people that die, one of them's coming back. And sure, yeah, they added a mini game in that sense where you have to have a 1v1. But I think it was just more of a gimmick than anything. It's like, hey man, you die in Battle Royale, now you get a 1v1. How cool is that? And I remember thinking it was really fucking cool at first. Until you start realizing that, oh, there's just constant waves of fucking people spawning back in. I don't know. Not for me. Didn't like it.
Fair enough. I like at least that the genre has become so popular that now it supports a lot of different takes.
Yeah. Yeah. Apex
so even
was very new at the time. They took a big reimagining of the genre. I thought it was a pretty fresh take at the time. I think what fucked them is they didn't have crossplay. Was it free?
Yeah.
It was free? Okay, it was free from the get-go, but it wasn't crossplay. I think that was the issue.
I think saying that they're fucked is an exaggeration because that game's still doing pretty well.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean that if I said that. No, I think there's a lot of people that still play Apex.
And also, speaking of game feel, like, how satisfying mechanics are, fucking Apex is tough to beat, I think. Apex feels really, really good.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good one. The gun, that's another one where the gunplay feels really good. I like the feedback of like when you're getting hits in that game and shit, and all the hero abilities and kind of the meta of mixing heroes with other heroes on your team.
Yeah,
There's a lot of really cool shit about Apex.
Yeah. Man, now I want to play that again too. Shit.
It's a good one, man. I think the last time I got on Apex, so I got melted.
I think we all three joined and it was hard.
Is it crossplay now? I think it might be. I mean, it doesn't matter with us, but I always played with like Nate, and Nate's always been an Xbox guy, so we couldn't really, I want to play PC, he wants to play Xbox kind of thing.
If I install it again, I'm gonna put it on my Xbox. So.
So who's socked away some money in their little fucking change jar for fucking Advance Wars remake?
Reluctantly me. I hate that they're charging $60, but I'm definitely gonna buy it.
Yeah.
It's 2 games.
It's 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, but still, man.
It better be fucking worth it, or else I'll fucking emulate it on this son of a bitch.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you can't do that yet, but...
I get that it's a remaster. I get that it's a collection of 2 games. Okay, cool. But we're not talking about a Call of Duty remaster where there's a campaign and there's multiplayer and then there's zombies, and it's not even a 3D... it's a fucking top-down, turn-based strategy. I don't see how $60 makes sense to anybody. I really don't.
Well, I don't think it's as simple. I'm sure that they don't just have the assets from the Game Boy game lying around, like from before they were compiled.
So you're saying they probably had to rebuild the game from the ground up, just with the originals as like a template.
I'm saying that, yeah, they probably had to redo all the art. They probably had to redraw everything because everything in that game is like looks hand-drawn, basically. I'm sure they had to redo all that shit. I think there's voice acting now. I think that like they had to either re-record voices or record them initially. I feel like there's a fair amount of elbow grease going into it, and it's 2 games,
I wouldn't have batted an eye at $39.99. $60. Oof, man. We're in this age of gaming too, and I try because I hate hearing people say like, "Oh, games are overpriced." No, they're not, man. If anything, they should be going up. You had people buying copies of Doom for the fucking 3DO or whatever the fuck back in the day for like $80, $120, shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, that was expensive video games. But I break down the like, you go watch a movie. Or even better, you buy a movie, a Blu-ray for $20. You're going to watch that once, and then maybe a few months later you watch it again. How many times are you going to watch that movie? How many hours of entertainment does that turn into? Where with a video game, you're getting tens of hours usually out of every game, depending on who you are and what it is and all that shit. But I feel like the value from video games compared to like other forms of entertainment, the bang per buck is definitely there with video games already. But at the same time, we're getting things like Game Pass and shit and indie games are so much more readily available on major platforms like the Xbox and the PlayStation and Steam, and they're fucking cheap.
They continually get better and better too. Like it's a lot easier for...
We're getting so much more used to cheap or free games in Game Pass subscription-based services and stuff like that, where even a $60 game anymore, you're like, fuck, man, I gotta bust out my credit card for how much? Like, that's a lot of money, dude. I don't know. I try not to think that way, but it's just kind of the, it's just what we're dealing with.
That's why 1, you get Game Pass, and 2, you check out if your local library has games that you can take home. I have Sekiro here, Chivalry 2. I didn't pay anything for these.
That's crazy. You might be the only person renting games from a library. What those are on Xbox?
Those
One?
PS5 games.
Series X.
Oh, those are
but
Series
they're
X.
Xbox One titles.
These these are. This one says Series X on it, Xbox One Series X, so I'm sure it has smart delivery or whatever. This thing I think is straight up X-Bone.
Dude,
But
that thought is so foreign. Like, you went to a fucking library and rented games for free.
yeah, that's right, boy.
I mean, that's a life hack. If you're listening right now and you're not checking out the local library
They've
to
got
rent some games, you're fucking
the
up.
the Lawrence, Kansas Public Library
I will take a
has
call. I love you guys.
you motherfucker.
Hey, I'd like to tell you why I can't go to the library. I know that.
You've been banned, I'm assuming.
Well, no. So I do have a book though that I stole from one of the Sedalia libraries whenever I was a little kid. I eventually went back and paid for it, but they wanted like $140 or something for it. It was a book on how computers worked, and it's whenever I had my first Packard Bell Multimedia Center that had Windows 3.1 on it that I took apart, and my parents got pissed off. I never returned that book, and then I eventually like went in and paid for it. But also at my local library, the one that's like 3 blocks away from me, they had a 72-year-old woman get attacked inside the library by another library patron because he thought that she stole his social security card and that she was working for the CIA. So
Do you run into those people from time to time?
I've done enough drugs to be one of those people, but I'm not.
You've been luckily pretty unscathed.
I know, right? But yeah, I really want to go into that library, but every time I like, there's always like something crazy that happens, or you hear something, like a rumor of like something happening, like in the parking lot to somebody, and like it's in like a nice little area. I mean, there's the library, there's a McDonald's there, there's another fast food joint, there's like 3 restaurants nearby, the library, like a couple tax businesses, like. But it's a local library, so you get like vagrant people and people who are like fucked up on drugs.
I want to share another cheap gamer tip.
Gamer tips.
This is, yes, it's the Thrifty gaming advice. GameStop, which is a national chain, we all got GameStops within driving distance of us, I'm sure. Their used game policy, if you buy a pre-owned game from them, you have a return window of, I think, 14 days. It might be 7. But, so like when I was a kid and I was fucking broke, I would go to GameStop, buy a, $55 game or whatever that had recently come out and somebody traded in like the next fucking day. Play it for a week and then return it, get my money back, and then just keep that money going for like the whole summer basically.
So what is that phenomena though? Like where you always see it like whenever I go in a GameStop and it might be like the day after a fucking game just came out or like 2 days after something came out and they already have used copies like on the shelf. Like the people just like, do you pre-order a fucking game for 60 or like 80 or $100 if you get like the digital deluxe like DLC off the launch and like whatever like in-game credits? Like, do you really buy that game, like pop it in and play it for like an hour or 2 and then decide that it's not worth it and then go to GameStop and sell it back? Like, is that what people do? I mean,
I think there are people that do that, especially now since you can't, now that there's no Blockbuster or anything. I think that that's even a bigger risk. And that makes, now it makes more sense to buy a physical copy if you're not sure you're going to like it. Because if you buy a digital copy, you just have it.
you're
Like,
fucked.
that's it.
You're fucked, yeah.
Yeah.
You might be able to get it taken back. Might. Which
Maybe.
Nintendo and Microsoft and Steam are like the only ones that allow that.
Yeah, I don't even
But
know
it's-
what the policies are like. I know Steam will, if you have played it less than like X amount of time or whatever. Even like the Android App Store has a policy like that. You can refund stuff if it's been installed for less than like 2 hours or something like that.
Hey, did you get a certain skin on or an animation on Halo recently?
What are you talking about?
It's-
The lotus flower one, the cherry blossom one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I did. Oh, look at you. I've actually got one of those sitting around here too, except mine's the one with like several different cut flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Wolf are gonna build that one of these days.
So I'm gonna be building this one. I can't wait. And then I got this bad boy.
The Infinity Gauntlet. Can you put your hand in it though?
Oh no. But you can change it. You can have it like in a regular position, or you could have it where it's in the snap.
You get the fingers moving, so that means you can probably do a middle finger too, right?
Yeah. Or I could just chop one of the fingers off.
There you go.
Also,
custom.
I did something. Do you notice that guy up there?
The guy up in the corner.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's a sensor for a VR apparatus.
Oh yeah. So I haven't, because I've been really sick and I can't wear this because I've had a severe sinus infection and I'm on steroids and 2 weeks of antibiotics. I finally got this going and I got it hooked up to some games, and it is so much better than the Quest 2.
I believe it.
So much it just feels like there's obviously so much more power. You can change with this slider here. You can move those in and out, and then you've got another one. Where were you at? Right here. This one moves them. So it actuates that. So I haven't found out like the best like position of everything and tightness. With the Quest, with the Quest, it was like kind of easy to set that up. And it was just, you were just kind of like stuck with whatever you were stuck with. But on this one, you've got like a lot more finicky, tighter fitting options. So I played a couple like a dirt bike and a racing game. And I kind of got headaches and then I got used to, I just kind of got it dialed in. But
Have you returned? I haven't played any VR shit in a long time. Have you returned to Alex since you got the index all set up?
Not yet, but that is the plan. I have to also too. This computer that I have is partially taken apart right now. The one that we're recording and doing everything on, it's got all the panels off of it right now because we're gonna be slapping in some more storage. I just found out I'm out of serial ATA cables, so we're gonna have to.
I think we should go back one of these nights and play, all three of us, because I know Joey can do this too. We should play Phasmophobia in VR.
Oh yeah,
it's really fun. It's really fun in VR.
No, it's already installed. It's installed and it's updated. I updated it the other night because I was going to go back into it. Oh, scurry. But
I just got a text that a package I've been waiting for has been delivered. So let's wrap this shit up. This fucking dumbass on his fucking phone, like a piece of shit.
Yeah, look at this dumb motherfucker.
Look at this fucking beard.
You know who he's talking to, right? Did he tell you who called?
No.
It's his lawyer because of the fucking storming the Capitol incident. He's wondering if he's going to jail or not.
He and Jay Johnston are both about to have their careers.
And all he was there is he was just fucking Uber. He was just Uber Eats delivering food to the rioters. And now he's all wrapped up into it. They needed their junior bacon cheeseburgers.
Fuck those people.
Yeah, fuck those people.
1, 2. Thanks, Javelin, for letting us use your song "Shut Up Popensky" as our theme. Thanks, Tyler Edwards, for letting us use the art that we paid for from you that you drew. Thanks to Joey for just looking like a dumb motherfucker, man. Just look at him. Don't you just hate him? Don't you just hate his fucking face? Yeah, that's all I got. What do you got a word this week, Frank?
I don't. Sinusitis fucking blows cock. That's not really a word. That's kind of a phrase, a sentence.
Sinusitis. We can just ease it down to that.